So please turn to Book 2D, page 14. Question number 2. There are 14 pupils in the art class. The teacher divides them into 2 groups equally. So equally, that means each group has the same number of pupils. How many pupils are there in each group? So we know in advance that we have 2 groups here. And then we'll do the same thing as in question number 1 on page 13. So we'll assign 1 student to each group as our first time of the repeated subtraction. And then we continue with the second time until all 14 pupils have been assigned to the 2 groups, and it will take us 7 times in total. And after doing the repeated subtraction, we know that each group contains 7 pupils. And here, 2 times 7. We have done the assigning of the pupils to the 2 groups 7 times. So here, when we put it in the multiplication equation format, 2 times 7, because we have assigned the pupils into the group 7 times. So 2 times 7 equals 14. When we put them in the division format, the total number of pupils goes here. And this is the number of groups. And our answer would be the number of pupils in each group. That's what we want to find out. So 14 divided by 2 equals 7. And there are 7 pupils in each group. Question number 3. 5 pupils share 20 clips equally. How many clips does each pupil get? So once again, we know the number of groups, which is 5 pupils. So we have 5 different groups. And then we'll assign the paper clips 1 to each group first until we are running out of the clips. So here, after doing the repeated subtraction 1, 2, 3, 4 times, then we're done with assigning all 20 clips to the 5 groups. And each pupil or each group would get 4 clips. So that's why we put 5 times 4 equals to 20. So 5 is the number of groups, and 4 is the number of clips that each group gets. And when we put it in the division problem, 20 divided by 5 equals 4. Each pupil gets 4 clips. So turn to the next page, page 15, question number 4. 21 divided by 3 equals. So we can use our multiplication knowledge to help us with this division problem. We know that 3 times 7 equals to 21. So when we rearrange the number and put them in the division equation, we will know that 21 divided by 3 equals 7. Question number 5, 30 divided by 6 equals. So once again, put it in the multiplication equation. 6 times 5 equals to 30. Rearrange the number. We know that 30 divided by 6 equals 5. So here comes the classwork. I want you to try it on your own first, and I'll show you the answer in 2 seconds. Question number 1. 16 divided by 2 equals. So we know that we have 2 groups. we're dealing with rubber bands here. So we have 2 groups, and we'll do the assigning of the rubber band, 1 to each group first. So this is our first time, and then until here is our 8th time of assigning 1 rubber band to each group. So that's why we have 2 times 8. 8 is our 8th times of assigning the rubber bands to the 2 groups, and we have 16 rubber bands in total. So 16 divided by 2, each group would get 8 rubber bands. Question number 2, 24 divided by 4 equals, and we know that we have 4 groups here. So in total we have 24 glue sticks, and we have 4 different groups. So once again we assign 1 glue stick to each group first, and this is our first time for the repeated subtraction, and then we'll continue until we reach the last one, until all the glue sticks have been assigned. And we did this on our 6th time. So 4 times 6 equals 24. So 24 divided by 4 equals 6. That means each group has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 glue sticks. So question number 3 and 4, try this on your own first. Okay, for question number 3, instead of having actual items and then separating the items, like distribute them into the groups, we can simply rely on the multiplication equation to find out the answer. So 27 divided by 3, we know that 3 times 9 equals 27. Rearrange the number, our answer will be 9. Question number 4, 32 divided by 8. Once again, we know that 8 times 4 equals 32. So our answer would be 4 here. So for the homework today, PME page 24 to 25. And for the top part, you have to fill out the multiplication table, so you can refer back to your textbook 2B page 29. There you can find a complete multiplication table, and this should be easy because we know that 3 times 6 is just the other way around, 6 times 3. And for question 14, which of the following expression represents 5 times of 3? So I want to spend some more time talking about that. So 5 times of 3, that means we have 5 groups, and each group we have 3 items. And when we refer to the multiplication equation, a number times another number, the number on the left is the number of items in each group. So here 3 is the number of items in each group, and on the right side of the multiplication sign, this is the number of groups. So here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 groups. And question 15, 4 times 6 equals to which one? So once again, remember 4 is the number of items in each group, and then 6 is the number of groups. So if we put it in this format, we have 6 times of 4. That means 4 appears 6 times. So you try to figure out which one is the correct answer. So page 25, question 16, there are 3 apples on each plate. There are how many apples on 4 plates? So 4 plates, that means we have 4 groups. Each group we have 3 apples. So we want to find out the total number of apples on the 4 plates. And question 17, there are 8 roses in a bunch. How many roses are there in 5 bunches? So right now we have 5 groups. And we have 8 roses in a bunch. So 8 roses in a group. So try to find out the answer for that. And question 18, each cake costs $9. Mrs. Ho buys half a dozen. So a dozen means we have 12. So half a dozen, that means we have 6 pieces of cakes. And how much does she pay? So you need to find out the total amount of money for 6 pieces of cake if each one costs $9. So this kind of question is a bit tricky, and it may be difficult for some students to understand, because right now we're not dealing with individual items. Instead, the dollar amount, the $1 is actually one item. So right now we have, you can think of it as 6 groups, and each group we have $9. So think of it as 9 $1 coin. So 9 will be the number for the item, and then 6 will be the number of groups. Question 19. Each cable car can carry 6 passengers. How many passengers can 4 cable cars carry? So the only thing that some students may make a mistake here is which number goes on the left or the right. So once again, remember the number on the left is the number of items in each group, and the number on the right would be the number of groups. So here we have 4 being the number of groups, and 6 passengers are the number of there are 6 passengers inside each cable car. So 6 passengers in each group. Question 20. My sister drinks 2 glasses of milk each day. How many glasses of milk does she drink in a week? So there are 7 days in a week. So this is being the number of groups, and the 2 glasses of milk will be the number of items in each group. So be sure you have to do the column form, and also remember the sentence on the bottom when you do this kind of word questions. So that's it for today. I'll see you tomorrow. Goodbye.